written invitation. I photocopied it, scanned it, and sent to him. They have invited me to speak in a big conference in Botswana.
In Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, yeah. In Hong Kong, I was in Botswana. And I'm like, they have invited me to speak in a big conference over there. I gave him the testimony about the woman who had cancer and how it came about. I said, I think that is God. That is God, my son. You should go. I told him, my problem now is the flight. I haven't bought my ticket and I don't have the money on me. But I feel in my heart, God speaks, I have to go. And then he said, how much do you need? I said a specific amount. And I said, okay, I will provide that. Suddenly, that very day, he works so hard, he goes out on Western Union, sends me the money in Botswana. I went straight to a ticket company, and then I bought the ticket, and I had the ticket. I was so happy. I didn't have a flight, and everything now was going to be a new experience. Now I'm like, now I'm ready. I had a friend there, took me around, we bought those tickets, and then I came back, I was ready. In the morning, when it was the flying day, he drove me to the airport, Kenya Airways, fly back to Nairobi, wait at night, begin a journey to Hong Kong. So I entered in Hong Kong, and I was like a fish drawn out of water. You know, you get in a new place, every person speaks a strange language. You don't know, you have never met the person who's going to meet you. You don't know who's hosting you. Every person is new. It was a new experience. But once you do things with the faith and you believe that God is going to do it, always you have that faith. You have that favor upon your life. So when I got in there, everything was easy. Hong Kong is not easy to enter. Like Kenya and Uganda, we don't need visas. We don't need a visa to go there. You just go the way you are, like you are from Uganda and coming to Kenya. But once you get there, they screen you. They screen you. Many people have come. Many pastors have tried to penetrate and enter. But they put you on the next flight, returning you back to your country. But God gave me the favor for the first time. Like I was bold enough to explain, to speak as a man of God and tell them the truth. I'm a preacher, I've come to preach, give us what I'm going to teach. I had everything on my laptop, and then I showed them what I've been teaching in evangelism. I showed them what Mom had sent me, some teaching, and then once they saw everything, okay, they agreed, and they stamped in my passport, and they said go. It was late. By the time they left me, the person that had come to pick me had left, and they said, Alex, I'll pick you in the morning. So I had to sleep at the airport. And then very early in the morning, good enough, again she was here. This is the old woman who was healed of cancer. Oh, my son, oh my, she was so happy. They took good care of me until when we started the conference. Every person was expectant. Their level of faith was too high. When I stood on the pulpit, like every person is excited over this man of God. They didn't know I was a very small man in Uganda. Like I lived in Uganda, I didn't know room where to sleep. I was sleeping in the Papyrus Church, and they're seeing a great man of God from Uganda who prayed for somebody with cancer, and the testimony was alive, and they brought in these sick people. Some people came on wheelchairs, and there is this woman, specific woman. Many people, after preaching, many people testified of healing after prayers because their level of faith was too high. And now there is this specific woman. I don't know if Mom can trace the video, but I sent her that video. When I was praying, and praying for the people, and then this woman is seated behind, looking at her, I saw the faith and the zeal that she had. She really came with faith, and I had like a voice speaking deep inside of me that God wanted to heal the woman. And then I just spoke it like a crazy, and I said, woman, God wants to heal you. Stand up and come. This is a person who was paralyzed. And then she just stood up on her feet, started walking, and every Chinese people in the congregation started getting amazed. The Filipinos, every person was amazed of what had happened. And suddenly the woman was walking, and then she came in front, laid my hand, she fell down, said, stand up, prayed for her. By the end, the woman was walking perfectly. She has most of the videos. I've been sharing with her most of those videos of whatever has been happening. And after that, I saw the favor of God in Hong Kong. From the Filipino church, I started entering in the Chinese churches. And God gave me the favor before those people. They started connecting me from nation to nation. I went to the mainland of China, started preaching in the underground churches. I went to Malaysia. They sent me to Malaysia, connected me to Indonesia, to very good friends. From there now, God has taken me several times now to United States, preaching the gospel. But many countries. I've gone out to many countries. But it started just with a seed inside of me that made me to believe that God, whatever God had spoken about me, He can accomplish it. I took many steps of faith. It didn't just work so quickly because I didn't have even the money to do anything, but God continued doing it, like until the world opened up for me, and I saw that favor. Like everywhere I go, people love me, and I see God working in signs and wonders. Has given me grace to teach His word. Now I want to give you something, a case study about China, because it is where God has sent me. My wife is Chinese.
Can we stop for just a minute?
Please.